हम विनल प्रकाश है, गॉल्टन तामुआ में रहता है और सबको रेडियो फीजी 2 सुने, सबको लाइक करे।
रेडियो फीजी 2 देश की धड़कन।
Yana Vanaka and good morning, Fiji. In this bulletin, company told to redo roadwork at own cost. PM expresses joy at children attending school. And church to help members come out of poverty.
From the studios of FBC Suva, Jackie Smith.
The local government minister says every application for housing, flats or land will now be thoroughly assessed by the board. Minister Pramila Kumar highlighted this while visiting the settlements in PRB flats in Lambasa. While highlighting the fraudulent activities at the Housing Authority in relation to lot allotments, Kumar says similar problems in PRB flats have also surfaced. Some tenants have not been disclosing correct information.
Now onwards, every flat that is allocated or any land that is allocated, it will be approved by the board. So all the checks will be made. One of the biggest problems that we found in Housing Authority was that when people applied for a block, a thorough check was not made.
Karsanji Street in Suva is now being fixed by the contractors at their own cost. Fiji Roads Authority's Acting Chief Executive Kamal Prasad has confirmed that they had identified some issues with the surfacing of the road and raised concerns with the contractor. Prasad says the issues are now being corrected by the contractor at their own cost. He adds they have informed the contractors about the repair method that is supposed to be followed. He adds in the next 6 to 8 months, the FRA will be doing rehabilitation of the street.
It's not just from public. We have taken the thing to a contractor as to what had happened, and they are doing all the repairs at their own cost. So we're not paying anything. We told them what the repair method's supposed to be, and they are doing the thing at their own cost. So you'll see that there are some works done 2 nights ago.
Prime Minister Vurengam Bainimarama says seeing students able to study, attend classes and be with their friends during this difficult period is an indication that the future remains bright. While opening a new classroom block at Nandi Muslim Primary School, Bainimarama stressed that Fiji is one of the few countries in the world where a new school building can be safely opened for its students. Details with Felipe Naikaso.
The Prime Minister stated that no matter how tough times will get from the pandemic, they will always be supportive of students' education.
I see the potential of a united Fiji in the eyes of every one of our students. Together, they are bettering themselves and their nation through education.
Bainimarama also says Fijians should always be supportive of each other, regardless of our differences.
When Fijians stand united, when we support one another, we are at our very best. Despite our differences, we all sing the same anthem. We all wave the same flag. And we all want the same great things for our country. Together, there is nothing we cannot achieve.
Meanwhile, the new 3-story classroom was a need for the school.
We are planning to have a fully fledged computer room and a library, and as well as we have 2 language rooms here. So there are in total 12 classrooms in this 3-story building.
The cost of the total project was more than $1 million. Felipe Naikaso, FBC News.
The lack of counselling with perpetrators is one of the contributing factors to recurring domestic violence cases in society. The issue topped a panel discussion on promising practices on preventing and eliminating violence against women and girls by various feminist organisations. Medical Services Pacific Country Director Ashna Shaleen believes practical approach is needed to address the gap. She says MSP has counselled a few domestic violence offenders following approval from court.
Provide support to the perpetrator families and the families, because many a times they come up and say, they were not ready for this, why me, why us, he's the breadwinner, and this is the dilemma.
The Methodist Church of Fiji has raised concerns that a number of its congregation members are living below the poverty line. The church believes they have one of the biggest numbers when it comes to members living in poverty. The church is hosting a workshop for its ministers to educate them on how they can help members make a living. The church has over 300,000 members, and while many of them own resources, Church President Reverend Dr. Epineri Vakantewavosa says they're not making use of it. He says they want to have a part in finding a way out of poverty for these members.
The church is very rich in resources, natural resources, the land, the seas, with all its resources. But how we manage it and how we can turn it to better living, to better life for our people. That is what comes out in our presentation today. We are very concerned with the poverty.
Up ahead, REHABILITATIon props still fit at 40. And countdown begins for boxing event.
Radio Fiji 1 Nandomo Iviti.
REHABILITATIon will field one of the oldest players in the Vodafone VANUA Cup final against Northland on Saturday. 40-year-old Yokombo Mbose is hoping to guide REHABILITATIon back into the 2021 Skipper Cup on a high note by getting a win. The REHABILITATIon prop stood by his team when they were relegated to the VANUA Cup last year, and he made it his mission to bring his team back to the Skipper Cup.
So this is my second team. I took down last year and I managed to take it up again. That's history for me, for my rugby career, and that's the end. Maybe that's the end of my rugby career.
The organisers of the Kieran boxing promotions are now just counting down the days to the big event. The belt for the main bout between Chese the Hitman Ravundi and Ronald the Terminator Naidu also arrived on Monday. The two boxers will fight it out for the WBF Asia Pacific Super Welterweight title. Boxers have been preparing since the launching of the program, as they will be out to entertain the crowd in Nandi and also get a win. The event will be held on the 14th of next month at Prince Charles Park.
This is an immense achievement towards the professional boxing in Fiji, and I hope all of you will come in numbers to support and enjoy this boxing event, and it is expected to become be a thriller.
It will be a do-or-die situation for Nasino football heading into the last 3 rounds of the Vodafone Premier League. Currently on second last in the standings and a point away from last place Navua, the side knows winning their last 3 matches will be crucial. Coach Tangi Vonolangi says consistency will be key.
We need to gain more points in these 3 games. We need to win so that we can be consistent, and also we need to, as you can see the points table, Navua is just 1 point behind us.
Suva Cricket aims to be the first team to lay hands on the Cricket Fiji Association Challenge Cup. The side comes in as the favourite in the competition, laced with several national reps, including Chone Wesele, Metuiselam Beitaki and Penindakai. Former national rep and mentor Daniela Naulivo says they are ready to tackle whatever hurdle comes their way.
I don't see any pressure against anything. And team, we are all prepared. Take the pressure. We are prepared to meet any teams coming from the island.
Quick look at the weather map for today. It is Thursday, the 22nd of October, a step closer to the weekend. Now, a trough of low pressure remains slow-moving just to the north of the group. Associated cloud and showers are expected to affect the northern and eastern parts of the country from later tomorrow. Best to keep your umbrellas close by. And that is your FBC Morning News. Join us at 1 p.m. and 7 p.m. for our major bulletin. Remember, in times of crisis, you need factual news that you can trust. Stop believing fake news about the COVID-19 on social media. Fight misinformation by getting only the facts about the coronavirus from verified news sources like FBC's TV, radio and digital media news. FBCnews.com.fj, keeping Fijians connected with the truth.
Hi, I'm Ini from Raki Raki. I love Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Gold FM, only the classic hits.